The team at Technology for Hotels knows how busy you are. So we've created this concise briefing to keep you up to date on key happenings in the hotel industry this week.
Sounds good.
Let's dive in.
All right.
So
Yeah.
it looks like it's been a pretty busy week in the hotel world, especially down under.
Yeah, lots of activity in Australia.
Yeah.
From renovations to new properties opening up. It's
Oh, wow.
been a busy one.
So let's start with,
Okay.
I guess, a pretty iconic property, the Grand Hyatt Melbourne.
Right.
They are undergoing a huge redevelopment,
Yeah.
focusing on luxury retail and dining. And it kind of seems like they're aiming to create like a destination
Yeah.
within a destination.
Exactly. I think they're really cleverly blending that historic charm of the building with some of the more modern and upscale offerings. And I think that can really attract a diverse clientele, both locals and tourists, which can maximize revenue potential.
Smart.
Yeah.
And then on the Sunshine Coast, the Ascend Hotel Collection is adding a beachfront property, which, I mean, that just sounds amazing.
Oh, yeah, that's perfectly positioned to capture the leisure market,
Right.
but it's also near a stadium and a hospital.
Oh, wow.
So they're also going to be able to attract business travelers
Okay.
and medical tourists.
Wow.
So it diversifies their guest base.
Smart.
Yeah, and the franchisees, the tailors, chose Choice Hotels specifically for their marketing reach and the revenue management expertise.
Okay.
They see this franchise model as key to their growth strategy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So speaking of growth, Wyndham Garden is adding a property in Inverloch, Victoria.
Yeah.
A mid-2026 opening date, though.
That's a ways out.
Yeah, I mean, that suggests some serious confidence in the growth of regional tourism in Australia.
It's an interesting signal. While city centers remain attractive, developers and investors are seeing potential in regional destinations. It suggests a shift in traveler preferences
Yeah.
and a growing interest in exploring some of those lesser-known areas.
Yeah, that's super interesting.
Mhm.
And all of this points to a lot of investor confidence in the Australian market.
For sure.
And speaking of investor interest, the Quest, Wollongabba, and Quest Townsville properties each received over 200 inquiries from potential buyers,
Wow.
which is
Yeah, prime locations and high growth potential certainly contribute to that strong interest.
right.
But what I found intriguing is the diversity of the buyers.
Right.
We're seeing seasoned regional investors,
Mm-hmm.
but also newcomers with experience in hospitality looking to enter the hotel market.
So it sounds like even if you don't have specific hotel ownership experience, just having hospitality experience can be a valuable asset for anyone looking to break into the market.
Yeah.
Now, shifting gears a little bit to Asia,
Okay.
we saw a record-breaking sale in Thailand. The Hyatt Regency Bangkok Sukhumvit sold for a staggering
Yeah.
THP 5.055 billion.
That's not just a big sale. That's the largest single-asset hotel sale in Thailand's history.
Wow.
It signals strong confidence in the region's long-term recovery and growth, particularly in the luxury segment.
Definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to industry trends.
Okay.
Which are always super fascinating because they give us a glimpse into the future of travel.
Yeah, for sure.
So Marriott Bonvoy's Ticket to Travel report for 2025 highlights some key trends that we should all be aware of.
Okay, cool.
So
Yeah.
what are some of the things that stood out to you in that report?
Well, they predict an increase in leisure travel in 2025,
Good.
which is certainly good news for the industry.
Yeah.
However, travelers are seeking more than just relaxation. They're looking for deeper and more meaningful experiences.
Right, so we're kind of seeing this rise of heritage holidays
Oh, yeah.
where travelers want to connect with their family history through travel.
That's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine hotels partnering with local genealogists or creating curated itineraries that help guests trace their roots.
Right.
That's a unique selling point that could attract a niche market.
Absolutely. And then there's also the trend of brayvacations,
Oh, I love
where
it.
travelers are pushing their comfort zones
Yep.
and seeking out unique and often adventurous experiences.
This is a great opportunity for hotels to think outside the box. You know, partnering with local adventure tourism operators, offering curated itineraries that highlight local experiences, or creating packages focused on unique cultural immersion activities. It's about providing something beyond the ordinary.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the report also highlights the continued importance of sustainability.
Right.
72% of travelers in the EMEA region are eco-conscious.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, and they're looking for hotels that align with their values.
So hotels need to not only implement sustainable practices, but also actively communicate their efforts to guests.
Right.
It's about transparency and showcasing your commitment to environmental responsibility.
Yeah, so this could be through highlighting eco-friendly initiatives on your website
Right.
and your marketing materials, even within the guest experience.
Absolutely.
And then let's not forget about the rise of AI in travel planning.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
Younger generations are using AI-powered platforms to research and book trips.
So hotels need to ensure they're visible on these platforms.
Absolutely. And it goes beyond just having a presence on these platforms.
Right.
It's about optimizing your digital presence for AI-powered search.
Yeah, making sure your hotel's information is accurate.
Yes.
Complete and easily discoverable by AI algorithms is crucial for attracting these tech-savvy travelers.
Okay, so we've got changing traveler preferences,
Yeah.
continued focus on sustainability,
Right.
and the rise of AI.
It's a lot.
There's a lot for hoteliers to consider.
Absolutely.
Now let's talk about spending.
Okay.
While people want to travel,
Yeah.
they're also looking for value.
Right.
The report indicates a trend towards shoulder season travel
Okay.
and budget stretching strategies.
So this means hotels need to be strategic with their pricing and promotions, particularly during those shoulder seasons. Offering attractive packages, partnering with local businesses to create value-added experiences, or highlighting the unique benefits of traveling during those less crowded periods can entice travelers looking for both value and experience.
Yeah, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've got changing traveler preferences, continued focus on sustainability, the rise of AI, and on top of that, let's talk about the resurgence of face-to-face meetings.
Oh, yeah.
Edgar's research shows that in-person meetings are back in a big way,
They are.
driving significant revenue for hotels.
Yeah, and they found that in-person meetings can generate up to 36% more revenue compared to virtual meetings.
Wow, that's a big difference.
It is.
So while virtual tools are great for staying connected, it seems like nothing can really beat building trust and closing deals in person.
It highlights the importance of human connection in business.
Right.
Hotels need to ensure they're offering top-notch meeting spaces and experiences. It's about creating an environment where people can connect, collaborate, and build relationships. For sure. Investing in well-designed meeting rooms, providing excellent service, and offering amenities that enhance the meeting experience can make a significant difference.
I think you're right. Creating an environment that fosters those human connections is key.
Yeah, for sure.
So we've talked a lot about global trends.
Yeah.
Let's shift our focus back to Australia and see what trends are emerging specifically down under.
Okay, sounds good.
So Australians are increasingly looking for more than just a vacation.
Okay.
They want authentic cultural experiences and sustainable travel options. They want to connect with the local community and feel good about their travel choices.
So this aligns perfectly with Queenstown's push for a carbon-neutral visitor economy by 2030.
Oh, wow.
They're targeting the eco-conscious traveler who wants to connect with the local culture and minimize their environmental impact.
So it sounds like Queenstown is really positioning itself as a leader in responsible tourism.
Exactly. And this approach can attract a growing segment of travelers who prioritize these values.
Awesome. And speaking of evolving traveler values, let's talk about the Chinese traveler.
Okay.
Their preferences have shifted dramatically post-pandemic.
Yeah. Group travel has taken a back seat, with independent exploration taking the lead.
Wow.
Chinese travelers are now seeking more personalized and authentic experiences, and they're staying longer.
Interesting.
In the 25% increase in room nights compared to pre-pandemic levels.
That's a big shift.
Yeah, hotels need to be ready to cater to this new wave of Chinese travelers who are seeking deeper immersion in the destinations they visit.
So it sounds like adapting offerings for extended stays and finding creative ways to promote local experiences
Absolutely.
is super important.
I think partnerships with local businesses, curated itineraries that go beyond the typical tourist attractions, and language support services to enhance their experience.
Yeah, I love that. It's about anticipating the needs of this evolving market segment and providing them with a truly memorable and authentic travel experience.
For sure.
Okay, so before we wrap up this section, let's take a quick look at some notable career moves in the industry.
Sounds good.
Always interested in seeing who's making waves.
Right.
So what are some of the personnel changes you noticed this week?
Well, we have Shannon O'Dempsey taking on a new role as Director of Rooms at Marriott Brisbane.
Okay.
And then Tamara Exton has been appointed as the pre-opening General Manager for Caption by Hyatt Sydney Capital Square.
It's always exciting to see talented individuals taking on new challenges and contributing to the industry's growth.
Absolutely.
So any other interesting moves?
Yeah, we also have Oliver Hansen joining 1834 Hotels as Director of Asset Performance.
Okay.
And Anant Todd taking the helm as general manager of the Crown Plaza Sydney Darling Harbor.
Oh, so many new beginnings.
Lots of movement.
Well, that wraps up our look at this week's top personnel moves.
Cool.
So let's take a moment to synthesize all this information
Okay.
for our listeners out there.
All right.
So with all these trends and developments,
Yeah.
what are some key takeaways?
The hotel industry is in a constant state of evolution. Traveler expectations are changing. Technology is playing an increasingly important role, and sustainability is no longer a nice-to-have, but a must-have. Staying informed and adapting to these changes is crucial for success in this dynamic industry.
It can feel overwhelming, but that's precisely why we do these deep dives,
Right.
to help you, our busy hotel leaders, stay ahead of the curve and make informed decisions for your businesses.
Yeah, by understanding these trends and developments, you can anticipate future challenges and opportunities, enabling you to make strategic decisions about your operations, marketing, and investments.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So for our listeners out there, on the front lines of the hotel industry, what are some key takeaways that can apply to their own businesses?
Well, I think the overarching theme here is this whole idea of embracing the experience economy.
Yeah.
Travelers aren't just looking for a place to sleep anymore. They're craving these authentic, personalized experiences that connect them with the local culture and the environment.
Exactly. Think beyond typical hotel offerings. How can you partner with local businesses to offer unique packages or create those customized itineraries that cater to those individual interests?
Right.
Maybe it's a food tour that highlights regional specialties or a partnership with a local art gallery for an exclusive exhibit viewing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
And of course, sustainability.
Right.
It's not just a trend. It's really an expectation now.
it is.
So how are you showcasing your commitment to eco-friendly practices?
Yeah.
Are you communicating those efforts clearly to your guests?
Transparency is key.
Yeah.
Highlight those eco-friendly initiatives on your website, in your marketing materials, and even within the guest experience itself. Make it a part of your brand story.
And then with the rise of AI and travel planning, it's essential to make sure that your hotel is not only visible on these platforms,
Yeah.
but also optimized for AI-powered search.
Absolutely.
Make sure your hotel's information is accurate,
Right.
complete, and easily discoverable by those AI algorithms.
Yep. This is how you'll stand out to those tech-savvy travelers who are increasingly relying on AI for their travel planning.
And let's not forget about the importance of value.
Right.
Travelers are becoming savvier and looking for ways to stretch their budgets, especially with economic uncertainties.
So strategic pricing and promotions,
Yeah.
particularly during the shoulder seasons, are more important than ever.
Yeah.
Offering attractive packages or partnering with local businesses to create those value-added experiences can make a big difference.
And while we're on the topic of value, let's not forget about the value of human connection.
Yeah.
The resurgence of in-person meetings is a testament to that.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that while technology has its place, nothing can truly replace those face-to-face interactions for building trust and closing deals. Investing in exceptional meeting spaces and experiences that foster collaboration and connection is a wise investment.
So we've covered a lot of ground today, from new developments and acquisitions to evolving traveler preferences and technological advancements. With all of this information swirling around,
Right.
what's one key takeaway you hope our listeners will walk away with today?
I think the most important takeaway is that the hotel industry is in a constant state of flux. It's dynamic, it's innovative, and it's always adapting to new challenges and opportunities.
So how can our listeners not just survive,
Yeah.
but thrive in this ever-changing landscape?
Embrace change.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to experiment, to try new things, and to constantly learn and evolve.
It sounds like the key is to stay curious,
Yeah,
stay informed,
for sure.
and stay ahead of the game.
Precisely. And that's what these deep dives are all about. We want to provide you with the insights and information you need to make smart decisions for your businesses and navigate the exciting future of the hotel industry.
So let's leave our listeners with a final thought-provoking question to consider.
Okay.
With all of these trends in mind, what innovative steps can you take to attract guests, enhance their experience, and stay ahead of the competition in 2025 and beyond?
Yeah, it's a great question to ponder as we head into the new year.
Absolutely.
And with that, that wraps up our look at this week's hotel industry news.
But before we sign off,
Yeah.
it's worth highlighting that staying informed is key to success in this fast-paced industry. So much is happening right now,
Yeah.
from evolving traveler expectations
Hmm.
to the rise of new technologies.
Absolutely. Keeping your finger on the pulse of these trends allows you to make strategic decisions that'll not only benefit your business, but also enhance the experiences you provide to your guests.
Exactly. So as you move forward,
Yeah.
consider what innovative steps you can take to attract guests, enhance their experience, and stay ahead of the competition in 2025 and beyond.
Great advice.
That wraps up this week's 5-Star Weekly Briefing.